So let's get started. What happened last week? Almost every, let me just go to coin market cap and let's see. I think it's not going to show, the data the way it's meant to be shown. This is the past 24 hours. 7 days looks. Anyways, so what I want to show is, you see on Friday we had this very, very crazy crash. Bitcoin came down from this high. It came down from this high. It was around 121, and it came all the way to 101. But it came down to below 100, yeah, 101. But right now it went up back and it's currently at 114. The same thing happened with Ethereum. We see it coming down from as high as this. As high as this. This is 4406 to as low as 3.2. Right now it has recovered to this. BNB, I think BNB has the best recovery. It came down from here. It came down from here. We had a very strong liquidation to around 800. And don't worry about this. Just this one. And right now it has recovered even past that particular high it came down from. So BNB has the best recovery. And why did this happen first? Let's look at it. Because some cryptocurrencies went down, especially coins with, oh my God, you can't see my screen. I didn't add my screen. Sorry about that. So let me go again. So I said Bitcoin came down from this high. This particular high, this is where Bitcoin was. 122,000 and came down to as low as this. Let's look at this. Came down to as low as this. 101. What happened to Ethereum? Ethereum came down from as high as this. What Ethereum around 4,378, and it came down to as low as here, which is 3,314. That was crazy. Let's look at how many percentage this is. This is coming down from, so it dropped by 24%. BNB did the same thing. So we had BNB at this high. BNB came down from this particular high, came down to as low as this. This is 30% drop. But BNB, you can see, has since recovered. In fact, all of them have recovered. BNB has recovered more than, Ethereum hasn't hit where it came down from. Bitcoin hasn't hit where it came down from. But BNB has actually gone ahead to actually surpass, and it's up from where it came down from. I'm going to tell you the reason why this is happening to BNB and why BNB is so bullish right now. But before this liquidation, some cryptocurrencies were unable to recover. This liquidation you see here, let's look at Solana. Let's just look at Solana and see where Solana is at. Supercharge. So Solana came down from this, no, that's not what I need. Came down from this, came down from this 224 to as low as 172. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about why BNB has recovered this much why Solana hasn't recovered this much. So this is a 23% drop. Why we haven't seen a strong recovery from Solana when compared to BNB. But first, what caused this particular crash? It's simply Trump. Trump announced on Friday the 10th that he was going to place 100% tariff on China. I think on the electronics parts of China imports. So therefore, the market just reacts. Funny enough, we didn't see that much reaction from Forex, but cryptocurrency went gaga, right? So crypto is known as a risk assets, and it just reacted. But the good thing with crypto is that it comes up really quick. This particular news led to this particular tweet cost $19 billion in liquidation. That is how much people lost in the crypto market. That is why it's always good to actually use stop loss. In one of our classes, when I talk about, sometimes your stop loss is going to be hit, your stop loss is haunted. Somebody said, why don't we not just use stop loss since it can hit your stop loss and goes its way? This is the reason. For example, if you're using a cross margin and maybe you want to go long from this particular point, right? Let's say you're going long. Where is the long to? You're going long from this point, okay? And you want to go higher. If it was stop loss, you hit, maybe 1% is gone. But imagine you did not use stop loss. This particular drop can actually wipe out your account like that. So it's better you always use stop loss in cases like this. Okay, but even at that, from our setup, I'll show you our setup. Our setup from here, if you go back and calculate, it was actually bearish. It was bearish. We are expecting a retracement, and this was actually in our favor. I'll go ahead and show what I mean in the charts. So this is what happened. Now, BNB, let's go back to BNB. BNB has recovered massively. Why? Because as opposed to Solana, Solana is the home of Bitcoin. We know that. But last week and the other week, we have seen money leaving leaving Solana and Base and flowed into BNB. You guys know what happened when with the token four. Four made people lot millions of dollars. So we saw from reports one person made $40 million. 40 people made about $1 million from this particular token, and 900 persons reported profit over 100. As a matter of fact, over 100,000 wallets were created in a particular day, that particular day, and we had about 60 million active wallets right now on the BNB ecosystem. Why? Because a hacker tried to hack the BNB chain, only got away with $4,000, and somebody turned that to a meme, and that meme has become what is pulling it. This is what is making the BNB chain just hitting a new all-time high each time. Right now, I won't be surprised if this week it crushes this all-time high and even go higher, because activities, just like we had activities in the Solana chain, people are now moving their money from Solana, from Base to BNB to take part in what is now being called the BNB meme season. That is what's happening in the BNB chain. So BNB coins, BNB memes are very profitable now. However, you should know that this is not, you should be careful because in crypto, whatever you are profiting, especially with meme, especially with fast meme, what somebody is gaining is actually another person's loss. That is just the truth. Okay, so if you get in late into a particular action, you'll be wiped out. That's just it. So So that is what's happening with the BNB, and that's what's happening basically with BNB. Unless you catch a very good coin, a very good meme on coin, maybe that will be worth it. Coins like, for example, WIF, when we had WIF, Doc with Half, those kind of coin, those kind of memes became just, they were there to stay, right? If we have such memes, say on the BNB chain, then it's something that can be held for a longer time. Okay, so that is why crypto crashed. It is corrected, and we can still trade it because the general crypto market is still bullish. That is it. It is still very bullish. The general crypto market disposition is still bullish. We are still having positive net inflow from Bitcoin ETF and from crypto ETF. So it's still net positive. We still expect another rate cut. If we have that rate cut, we should see crypto hitting another all-time high. Right now, let's look at the market analysis and see what we can find today, the trades we can take today. So analysis, we're going to start from the from Euro USD. This is Euro USD. We'll start again from the weekly time frame. Okay. Last week targets, I think I removed. Last week target was just met. We had a weekly high, a weekly low, a weekly target high, a weekly target low. The last week target was met, and we are done with that. We still have a fair value gap here, which I expect to be taken. The market has retraced down to this point. So where is my trading range for this week? I'm going to bring down this one, this range, to this point. I'm expecting a bullish movement since we are coming from this 4-hour order block here. I'm expecting a bullish movement to take out, let me take it here, to take out this high. That's what I expect. So my weekly range is simple. I'm going to remove this. This will be a weekly range I'll be looking at. Okay, now let's go to the daily time frame to start making things clearer. Mm, Let me go back. But let me take this lower. I think I might have to consider this particular one. So I'm considering this particular end. So where can the market go? If you look here, we have an order block here. We have a breakout structure over here. So we can still have a pull down, more pull down to this particular point to go higher. That is a possibility from the daily time frame looking at Euro USD. They'll move to the 4 hours. It's pretty straightforward. Still the same thing. This is my daily order block. So this is the daily demand zone. So on the 4 hours, we have a gap here, an obvious gap at this particular point. Okay. The next one we'll mark out is um supply. We'll mark out breakout structures. So we had a breakout structure here. We had a break here. We had another one. This is still a breakout structure here. So this is here. You'll see that this is the 4-hour supply zone that led to this breakout structure. Okay, so at least I should expect a reaction from this to go lower. So this will be what I'll be looking at for today. I take this out, a reaction from this particular point. From here, we can go lower to a lower time frame and even mark it. So this is our 4-hour supply zone, a possible area for that. We might go higher. If I go in higher, then this will be my target. This particular zone is going to be my target. Okay. So what I'm saying is this. I'm expecting a possible reaction this way from this point lower to this particular point, a 4.57 risk reward. However, I need this to get to this point. Let me tell you what I mean. I need a confirmation entry from here because I'm on the 1 hour now. I need a confirmation entry from here, okay, to take this lower. This is what I'll be looking forward to get this entry on for today. So if we look at the 15 minutes time frame, we can then start looking for this particular entry. Mm. So if you look at here, um, so what I'm searching for is where do we have breaks? Do we have a break here? A break here means we can simply retrace, but retracement, so we are ranging basically between these particular points. We're ranging between here. This is a high. We are basically ranging from here, this point, to this particular point. So this is where I'll be waiting for a break from. A break from this range will make me go either lower or higher. Is this? Okay. So if we break above here simply, if I break above here, I still believe this to come down. If you break above here to this particular zone, then I'll be looking for a confirmation entry. If we didn't break above here, let's say we break down to this particular point, I will still want a confirmation entry at this point. So these are the regions that I'll be looking forward to trade this from. I want it to be out of this zone to actually trade. So this is a region where I'll be looking for a confirmation. This region too, I'll be looking for a confirmation entry to enter this particular trade. So let's look at GBP USD because we have a lot of crypto, a lot of assets to cover. Okay. So this, let me just clear this out for this week. So what is going to be my range? Well, I'm still going to look at this, the range I have here already, and simply just go straight to the 4-hour, the daily time frame rather. What can we find on the daily? On the daily, we have not seen we are still within this range, this low and this high. So this market is still ranging here. We have not broken out of it to say we are going in a particular direction. All right. So, but it seems that we are targeting this low. So on the 4 hours, we can mark out the lows that we can see. So this is a block at this zone, possible targets. If you look here, we have entered an efficient zone. And right here, we did have a break of structure here. At this point, and what do we have above? We have this zone. This zone is the zone that broke the structure, and we're already there. Okay, we also have another zone up, a tiny zone over here. So we can now go down to the 1 hour time frame. What should I expect? So what I expect is this. I'm expecting a movement down from here right now. This is a movement down that I expect to happen from here. Okay, so this is a good entry at this point actually. Then if you want to have a confirmation, like you want to have a confirmation, then this is the zone to mark. So this is the zone to mark here. If you want to trade this toward a confirmation, then you have this particular zone. So I'm going to put an alert on it right now, which simply means that if I have this market break lower this way, then I want to trade it further low. So this is a confirmation. You might want to wait to trade this. So entry is going to be at this point. First target is going to be around here. This is going to be the first target. This zone here. So again, if we have a break from this point, like I said, this is good to go for me actually. But a confirmation is this. Then if another block comes here, then this way I want to trade from. If you also look at this internally here, we have a zone at this particular point. Okay, I can call this. This is the zone I'll be looking at here. This one. So this is also a trade. What do I mean? I'm going to put this one to the side. Put this one to the side. Okay. This will also be a trade. It's also a trade. What do I mean? If we have a break from here, let me mark this. So this is our other block here. Okay. So but we'll have to wait for this to be broken because this is the last low that led to this particular high. So if we have a break of this zone, then this will be an entry to trade this way. So this will be my entry, target the high, and go to this low, 3.99 risk reward ratio. But to take this trade, this particular trade, this candle must close, we must have this candle come down and close below this line. Then the retracement upward is what I want to take to go down. Hope this makes sense and is clear. So with that, we go to UJ. So if you look at UJ, we have been looking at this place. Now, I said something the other week. I said that I'm looking forward to this coming down to this particular point. So this is where I'm looking for. So if you watch my videos last week, you can see I keep on drawing. Each time you see me drawing a line like this, just waiting for it to be broken. Now, once it's broken, then I will start targeting my lows. So I push that line to this point when we down lower low. So I'm looking for when the structure will actually get broken. You see, at this point, it didn't break, it made a new high. Then this became the new low, which is this point. Right? At this point, you can see this is consolidation. Then we made a new high here. This is a new high. Then this becomes the low. This becomes the low at this point. If you look at here, this is not broken. Let me make it clearer. At this point, do we have a break? And this is liquidity sweep. But we can actually start looking for a trade to go lower here. But I would prefer we have a proper break. Then let's look at here. So this is also highs. Then we had this low. This low we have here. This is the low that led to this particular high. This high you see here. Okay, this particular high we see here. Then this is when it got broken. It got broken. It left another block. It wasn't picked up. Then we now had another breakout structure here. It left another block, which is a good entry. This is a very, because we're looking at this high, covering this high. So this is the entry here from this other block. You cover the high. You can go as high as this to cover this high, or you go slightly above this. And you start targeting the lows and the lows. So this is when this market start coming down. Let's look at another one. So we had, if you look at this low, this is another low broken here. Okay. So where do we have that broken from? We have another block here, a tiny other block. Let me just take the whole of this as the other block. Okay. And we also have, let's hold on. We also have this low broken. I just started looking at this from the 15 minutes, but let me just go to the 1 hour. Then I'll come back to the 15 minutes. All right. So have this broken. Then this is the low, the first target we're looking at. So you can see here that we have efficiency all the way here. And if you look at it on the 1 hour, this is the last order block we have that led to this. So on the 1 hour, I'll be looking to take a short position now from this particular point. It's my swing trade. I can cover this high and go all the way to this low. So this is a 5.11 risk reward. But this is a trade I'll be looking forward to take. Now this on the 1 hour. If I want a confirmation, I can still take this trade on a confirmation when we get to this point. When we get to this point, I can still look forward to a confirmation entry on the lower time frame. That will even give me a better risk reward to enter to have a very snipe entry. So I'll be looking for this confirmation on the 15 minutes and the 1 hour. Like when it gets here, let's say I don't want to enter immediately. Maybe this might hit my stop loss. I can wait for this confirmation this way to enter here. But this is a pretty good place to target for a swing trade for UJ. For GJ, it's the same thing. All right. So I said we had a very big here gap here. I'm still looking forward to we having a breakdown to this particular point. So these are the targets. Having target here, having target here. Let's investigate further to see the same thing I just explained here. Okay, so if you look at the same thing, we have this low You see this low. So I'm just telling you how you take entries. So if you see this low, this will lead to this high. If we're trading reversal, want it to be broken, it's not broken here. Then another low formed here. This will lead to this high, right? And if you look at this one, this another low, if you want to consider this, is actually another low, this low that led to this high. So when it gets broken here, that is when we start looking for short trades. And you can see here that once it got broken here, this break of structure now, then where is the demand zone or the supply zone that led to that break? This is a supply zone that led to that particular break. And you can see that this tapped just into this zone. Short position from here, target the high, and will not start targeting those. This is a low, 3.1. This is another low at 3.63. This is another low here, which we even hit at 9.23. So this is how you take short trades. When you start, this is how you start looking for trades for short position. But the one I'm looking at this particular UJ. Now let's look further. If you look further, you will see that we have efficiency. This is the last order block we're having here. It's another order block we're having here. So I won't be surprised if this market comes all the way up to this particular zone. This particular zone here, and we then go lower again. We'll not target this particular zone. So this is what I'll be looking forward to trade when the market comes up here. So right now we have another gap of the week. So I won't be surprised if I see this go up this way, then we'll not start coming down from here. So if you want confirmation from this point, you can still wait for it to be broken here. Then this becomes your trade to enter. Hope this makes a lot of sense. And so what you can do right now, because this will be a swing trade, you don't know when it's gonna happen. You can actually put an alert at this point, or simply place a limit order. I will look forward to trading this here. If you look here on the 15 minutes, I don't see any inefficiency here. So this, as a matter of fact, is the last one I'm seeing. This gap here is just the last one I'm seeing. So for today, I wouldn't be surprised if we have this come down this way to go down higher, then come down lower. So what I'll be looking forward to again is actually a confirmation entry at this point. Confirmation entry here to trade higher. This is where I'll be considering an entry. I think I've just been going without a break. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, let's start from the daily. Are we still bullish on Bitcoin? So yes, as a matter of fact, if you watch my previous classes, I said that this is a zone that if we get to this zone, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. That where I will stop being bullish is if we break zone and possibly break this zone, then I'll start, being bearish. But right now, it's still a bullish. This is an expected correction. It's just that with the news, it happens faster. So technical analysis is still very valid. Again, with news makes those corrections just happen really, really fast, and we're up. So a lot of orders have been sitting here waiting for Bitcoin to drop to this zone to go higher. And with the Trump tweet, it actually made it come to pass really, really quick. So I will be expecting Bitcoin to go and again shatter new all-time high. I'm expecting Bitcoin to go higher because the macroeconomics still suggests that we are good. Still suggest that we are good. Okay. Now let's go down lower now and start looking for what can we trade today. So what is the target? This is the target above here. This point here is the target. Now, what trades can we take? We're coming from this particular low. We made another block on the 4 hours here. So for a swing trade, I'll be looking for to take a long position from this particular point, target this low, and go to this high. So a swing trade is a 5 hour. So this might take days to play. This might take the whole of this week to play out. But this is a valid trade for this because we've had a break of structure here. We have a retracement deep into this particular zone. Right now we are headed out. If you go lower, you can see that this is also what we're seeing here now. This will also be a break of structure at this point. Where are you at this point? So if we go to 1 hour time frame, it's gonna be clearer. So you can see it. I can even move it higher. This is a swing. This is a break of structure. This is we are still efficient here. So this is my demand zone. So this is my demand zone to go higher. Okay, here at this point is the demand zone. I like to take to go higher. On the 30 minutes, 30 minutes we still have an efficient price action here. So even on 30 minutes, I think this is a trade. I'll be looking at trade to take for Bitcoin, a retracement to this zone, and then we'll move higher. However, there are still zones I can look at. Okay, if you look here, we broke this structure here. We broke another structure here. We have an efficient action here. This is also a zone to consider. The truth is that sometimes you can't really, some trade are going to fail whether I like it or not. So this is another trade to consider from here. Like this point, long position from here. This is still a valid trade to this high. It's a 3.6. So valid trade from here, we go lower and we go higher. Okay. If this fails, then this will be the next zone to target for a trade. So that said, we go to Ethereum. Ethereum, we are looking at a similar stuff for Ethereum, and we are going to start from the higher time frame, which is the daily time frame to look at. Okay, are we still bullish on Ethereum? Generally, crypto, we are still bullish on crypto. Generally, so let's look at this. Where's the rest of the charts? Okay. So on the daily, yeah, I'm still bullish on the daily. So this is the last break of structure we had on the daily for Ethereum. This break of structure, we had a demand zone here. You can see this demand zone came all the way and formed relatively equal low. In fact, it swept it and it's going higher. If Ethereum didn't respect its zones like Bitcoin did, but it's what it is. It came down the way, floored, swept liquidity, and it's not going higher. Let's look at 24 hours now. On the 4 hours, we have a break here, which suggests that, and a sweep here, which this break suggests that we can go lower, but this sweep here suggests that we can also go high. We can go high to take not we will not respect this particular zone that we have here. So looking at Ethereum here, what do we have? We have our order block here. This is our demand zone at this point. I'm going to extend it all the way. It's our demand zone here. Okay. Which suggests that I'm looking at this movement to go high. But even though I say that because of this sweep, we will not respect this, we can still, it's still target one, and it can still lead to a retracement. It possibly do a retracement from here and maybe this way, if that makes sense to you. This is a possibility. If it doesn't hit and start retracing, this was a possibility to go higher. 1 hour now. On the 1 hour time frame, we had a break here. You can see the breakout structure here, which we have not respected still yet. So with a lot of order left here and an order left here. So how will I look at Ethereum? I think I will look at it as a range. Like this is the upper limit of the range. This is the lower limit of the range. So I'm going to go down to 30 minutes or even 15 minutes, right? So what do I expect now to see? It's going to make it clearer. I'm expecting this is a zone to target. This is another zone to target. So it's simply this. It's simply this. We take the direction where we have a break from. If I have a break to this way, I want to take a retracement and trade it to this point. Let me say it again. If you have a break upwards, then look for a retracement and higher. If you have a break downwards, then look for a retracement and lower. These are the two possible scenarios I'll be looking to trade Ethereum in. But I want to see it break out of this particular range. When it breaks is when we start looking for trades to take. BNB finally, let's look at BNB. This is the last coin I'm looking at today. And I'll end this stream. BNB, start again from the daily. Woo! BNB has the craziest sweep, like 30%. It has the craziest sweep. There was a weekly that I was looking at before and it nearly hit it. I'm just going to remove this lows because BNB is behaving like gold at this time. It's been on the rise, but this sweep is necessary. Like, this is a necessary correction that just happened really, 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 really quick. BNB. So on the daily, this will be a target. This will be a possible place. So if we have, excuse me, if you have this break structure, this will be what I'll be looking at. So you have a breakout structure to the upside this way. Then I'll be looking forward to a retracement down here to go higher. So with that, we can now start looking lower for possible trades. I can adjust this to this point. All right. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at for BNB. Let's go much lower to see if we can see a trade, possible trade. trade. Now, if you watch this, we have a breakout structure here, and this on the 1 hour. This is the zone that led to it. If you have a retracement from here, let's say we have a retracement, a pullback from here, then I'll be looking forward to trade this higher. When we break here, then I'll be looking forward to trade lower to this zone and then higher. Okay. But here we have entered an efficient zone. So if this doesn't retrace, we can just keep going to hit this high. And when we start coming back, we might not respect this. We might just go down straight to this point to respect that one below. Let me go to the 15 minutes and see. 30 minutes rather, and see. So this will be my day trade today. So if I see this over here, if I see this break over here, then I'm possibly taking here to go here. But I have to see that happen. I have to make sure that we have that particular break. Okay, we have to have this break. Then I can target this particular high. I can target to take out this high. Again, this break has to occur. If it doesn't occur, then I won't bother taking here. If it doesn't occur, this will be the zone. If this does not happen, then this will be a zone I'll be looking to take my trade from. But if it happens, then I want to take it from here to here. Now, let's say it doesn't happen. We don't have a closure here, but rather it start coming down to break this low. If it breaks this low this way, like from here, it breaks this low this way, then I can start looking for entry to take it lower to this point. Then from here, I can now start looking for entry to take it higher. To not take out this high. Then from here, we can possibly come down to start going low. We can possibly start going lower to this particular region. So this is for analysis for EU, GU, UJ, JP, GJ, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. If you look at our, if you go to our Telegram group for Forex, we had a killing last week. I think we did some. We have to check out a report again. We did over 700 pips, even though the guy did some wrong calculation in reporting it. 700 pip is massive. So 700 pip at 0.01 0.01 pip lot size rather, you're looking at $71 at 0.1. That is 700, and at one lot size that is 7,000. That's what we did last week. And this week we have started. We drop a signal this morning there, and we keep on dropping signal all through. We did have, even though we had this crazy crypto wiping down, we still did have a profitable trading session within the signal group in our crypto channel. If you check the description, you can see the link to join if you're not yet there. And and within the group, you can also guide you to get into the Forex channel if you want to take that. So just have like 4 minutes left. If you have a question you want to ask, just type it in the comment section and I'm going to just answer that. And if you're in Discord, with me, I'll hold this class tomorrow morning on Discord, not on YouTube. If you have a question, use the comment. I'm going to answer it. If there's no questions, then we might just have to end this live. Any question? Thank you, Kenny Martins. All right, let's have a profitable trading week. Bye, everyone.